What's going on, everybody? My name is Drew and I like to draw cartoons, and we are back yet again with another drawing and ranking video. Now, as the title says, we are going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and specifically the cameos, something that a lot of people have been talking about over the course of the last few weeks after the release of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, there are going to be spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen it by now, what are you doing? Go see it, and then come back and check out this video, because this is going to be a ton of fun. I love talking about this movie. I love this movie so much. This movie is absolutely not perfect, but I am definitely the target audience for this movie, so I absolutely loved it. So excited to talk about it and draw these cameos, these incredible characters that we got to see on screen yet again or for the first time. And I know this is a kind of a polarizing film this year. If you didn't like it, that's completely fine. You can still enjoy this video. It's okay to have your own opinion about the movie, but I personally absolutely loved it. Now, if you've seen my other drawing and ranking videos, you basically know how this is going to work. I'm going to be ranking the certain category that I'm going to be talking about and drawing the characters or whatever I'm ranking as I go along. For this one, as I draw these characters, it's going to be more of a realistic, kind of my own cartoon style that I'm kind of developing. It takes a lot of inspiration from other comic book cartoon shows like X-Men 97 and Invincible. So that's the main inspiration for these, and that's what you'll get to see in this video. And when it comes to ranking cameos, how do you rank cameos in a movie like Deadpool and Wolverine, where there are a ton, and what kind of criteria would you have for this? Me personally is a combination of a few things. One is going to be the reaction that it got out of me. Did it get a big reaction out of me? Was it a big surprise for me? That's going to be a big thing in the ranking for these cameos. And another thing will just basically be the weight of the character, how much I love the character or the actor, and how much I loved the cameo and the character that we got to see. And also a part of it is also going to be what kind of a role the character served in the movie and how well they did at that exact thing. Before I dive in, please make sure to like and subscribe. Please continue to show the support. I love the support that you guys are showing for me. What other stuff you want to see from me in the future, check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, all linked in my bio. So we are going to dive right in. At the number 5 spot, I have Daphne Keene as Laura, aka X-23. Now, I love Daphne Keene. I love seeing her as this role, but it did unfortunately get spoiled in the trailer right before the movie came out. That does take a lot of points off of this cameo. It would have been much higher without it. And I also think that her character should have been involved a little bit more. I think her role was a little bit too small in the film, but it was still awesome to see that character. I love Logan. I love Daphne Keene in this role. I also love seeing Daphne Keene in The Acolyte. I made a comment on a Star Wars TikTok post a few weeks ago, actually right before Daphne Keene revealed that she was going to be in the movie. I said that if she gets to be Jackie, and I love seeing her as Jackie in The Acolyte, and then X-23 in the same year, she's absolutely winning 2024, and she absolutely was. But she was still awesome in her role in the movie. She served her role very well, and that's why she's at the number 5 spot. Before the drawing, I want to take a little bit of a different approach to this one, because with these, the other drawings you're going to see, they're basically photocopies in the style that I chose of how they looked in the movie. With this one, I want to take a different approach. I wanted to draw her with her awesome sunglasses that she stole from Logan, that she wore in the movie, and kind of imagine how I think she would look if she had a suit similar to Wolverine's in the movie, the yellow and the blue. I want to see what she would look like with a suit like that. So here's the finished product right here. Daphne Keene as X-23 in the suit that I created that I think would look awesome in live action along with the sunglasses. Moving on to the next spot, number 4 spot. Actually pretty fitting is at the number 4 spot. It was Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. This was a cameo that I was so excited to see. This has been something that's been kind of thrown around, the possibility of Chris Evans returning but as Johnny Storm and getting to have the awesome moment where he says flame on instead of Avengers Assemble or any other thing Captain America may say. And this was something that I called in a video that I posted right before the movie came out, the Wednesday before. Here's the clip right here. So ever since Multiverse of Madness, people have been clamoring for the moment to see Chris Evans reprise his role as a Human Torch, but having everyone think that he's entering as Captain America and then he says flame on and there's an epic moment like that. And I think there's a very good chance that'll happen in this film. So it was so great to see Johnny Storm return as Chris Evans. He was so great. He was great in his role. It was a smaller role, but it was still great anytime he was on screen. He was also very funny in his role. He got some great lines as well. And the flame on moment, incredible. I lost my mind in the theater, so that was awesome. And he did meet a very unfortunate end, but again, he still served his role very well. So with the drawing, I just want to go with the drawing of him in the awesome Fantastic Four reimagined suit. That's a little bit different from his suit in the Fantastic Four movies. And I want to throw some flames around him. Obviously, it's something where he's like saying flame on in between the transformation. So here's the finished product right here. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine, my fourth favorite cameo so far. And at the number 3 spot, I have the Cavalrine, Henry Cavill as Wolverine. This cameo was awesome. Another cameo that I did call in that video I previously mentioned. Here's the clip again. I think that it would be really cool to see Henry Cavill in this film somehow. And I think if he were to be in this film, going right from DC into a Marvel movie to kind of spite how DC handled Superman, would be to have him either be, you know, the patch version of Wolverine wearing the white suit and the eye patch, or to have him be Cyclops wearing the X-Men 97 comic accurate suit. And man, I love this moment. I love Deadpool's little jab at DC in this moment. I love seeing the Henry Cavill fist pumps, the fist reload, whatever you want to call him, that he did in Mission Impossible. That's so iconic. He did as Wolverine was so awesome. And it was just great to see him in the role. I think he would be perfect as another potential MCU Wolverine that we could see. Such a great cameo, such a great moment. It was, however, just a very small cameo, so that's why it's at the number 3 spot, but I still absolutely loved it. So for the drawing, it's going to be based off this photo that Henry Cavill actually just posted on his Instagram of himself as Wolverine with the cigar, and I thought that photo was so cool. It had to be the main inspiration for this. And here's the finished product right here, the Cavalrine, my third favorite cameo of the movie. Before I get to my top 2, it's pretty clear who those top 2 are going to be, so I just talk about a few other cameos in the movie that did not make the top 5. And one of those is Elektra, Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Personally for me, I'd never really seen those movies. I didn't really grow up with those movies. It wasn't super nostalgic for me. There wasn't a huge reaction in the theater when I saw Elektra go on screen. Also, it was also kind of spoiled for me right before I saw the movie. So no hate to Jennifer Garner. It just wasn't one of my favorites. It was also great seeing Blake Lively as Lady Pool. I love seeing, finding how afterwards Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Pool. And then, you know, all the other Deadpool variants, all the Wolverine variants were awesome. The comic accurate height Wolverine, Old Man Logan, Patch Wolverine, all of that was so awesome. I love this movie so much. So it was hard to narrow it down to 5, but it's pretty clear who the number 2 spots are going to be. So we're now at the top 2. It was pretty tough to figure out which one I wanted to put at 1 and which one I wanted to put at 2. But at the number 2 spot, I have Wesley Snipes as Blade. This was the one that was the biggest surprise for me. I never expected to see Wesley Snipes as Blade in this movie. When he showed up and the beat dropped right as he revealed himself, my theater went nuts, and it was such an incredible moment. The Blade movies are another example of movies I didn't really grow up watching. I really want to watch them now. I'm trying to find a way to watch them without having to pay for it, but I really, really want to watch them now after this movie. But again, that reveal was so awesome, and he was great in the role also. And I love the line of, there's only one Blade, there's only going to be one Blade, and then Deadpool looking at the camera. Perfect moment. Absolutely loved it. So then on to the drawing. For this one, I just took the shot of him revealing himself. I thought that shot was so hard. I also love the white goatee he's got. His whole suit, his whole look is so awesome. So that was the main inspiration for this. Here's the finished product. Blade, my second favorite cameo of Deadpool and Wolverine. We are now at the number 1 spot. My favorite cameo of Deadpool and Wolverine is obviously Channing Tatum as Gambit. Now, again, another cameo that I somehow got correct. Here's another clip from that video that I keep mentioning. Another actor who kind of had a cameo in that movie was Channing Tatum. And in the past, Channing Tatum has had a history with Marvel that didn't really end well in the moment because he was scheduled to play Gambit many times over the years, and it never ended up working out. What better opportunity would it be than to have him play Gambit finally in this movie in some capacity? And my God, was it great to see him as Gambit. It was so great after knowing the whole history of his turmoil with Marvel about trying to play this character, loving the character so much, but now he finally gets to play the character, and he did a phenomenal job. All the card work and all the action in this movie, even his accent, even though it got made fun of to high heaven and is now a massive meme on Twitter and TikTok and all over the place, he still did an incredible job. I love seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit, and I just love that he had such a love for the character and finally got a chance to play it. So that's why he's the number 1 spot for me. And then on to the drawing. I wanted to get the full look of his face and the top part of his suit. And there's going to be some more Gambit art coming soon for sure, because I love the design of this character. I thought Channing Tatum did a phenomenal job. So there will be more of this coming soon. But here's the finish.
Who is your dialect coach? The Minions?
Oh, wait, sorry, not this. Here's the finished product of Gambit, my favorite cameo of Deadpool and Wolverine. So there you have it, my top 5 favorite cameos of Deadpool and Wolverine. Absolutely, again, love this movie so much. The cameos were so great. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the love and support. Let me know what other kind of art you want to see from me in the future, what other kind of videos you want to see from me in the future. I definitely plan on drawing some more stuff from this movie. I plan on doing some Dogpool, more Deadpool and Wolverine, and some Gambit stuff on the way. So excited. Love this movie so much. Again, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite cameo or moment from Deadpool and Wolverine was. What other stuff you want to see from me. Again, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and check out my Letterboxd, all linked in my bio. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Have a great day, and keep on drawing.